Men are sick of being treated like walking wallets. A lot of women think it's just dinner or just the first date. All these expenses add up over time. He pays for the first day, he pays for the second, he pays for the third, he pays to get ready, he spends money on new clothes to look good for you. If things work out, he might end up being the breadwinner and paying more bills. And he might get shamed if he even asks for you to pay for anything. Going out to eat is expensive enough, but if he's doing that constantly, taking you out on nice dates, that adds up so fast. And I'm seeing more and more ladies who say that they shouldn't even have to say thank you or appreciate him for that because he's doing bare minimum. This man doesn't even know you and he treated you out. They can't say thank you, show some appreciation, offer to pay once in a while, and then what, he gets ghosted for some superficial reason? This is why so many men have stopped dating, or they expect you to pay your half.
Welcome back to Manosphere Daily. Let's jump into the video. Modern women are finally realizing something uncomfortable. Men aren't signing up to be financial babysitters anymore.
Men are supposed to work. If he's not working for you, you don't have a man, you have a slug. A lot of women do this crap of stepping in and becoming the man when they're with a man who lacks balls. Oh, I really like him. Let me put in all the work. Let me text him first a million times. Let me pay for stuff. Let me plan the dates. Baby, you've become the man. Is he the queen or are you? Stop it. When you start chasing and putting in overtime to work for a man, he starts behaving like a princess. And not a good one. You don't convince a man to put in work for you. You dust them. You toss them in the trash. You don't go, I really like him. I'm going to put in overtime and convince him to like me. Gross! You're in your Prince Charming energy. And stop taking it personally when these guys don't want to put in the work for you. They're lazy. They would have been on the bottom tier of the tribe. You don't want them to begin with. We have a zero tolerance for low effort and laziness. Get out of that poverty mindset immediately. Stop thinking, oh, it's only this guy or it's no guy. There's billions of men in the world. There is a man who will put the work in for you because he sees the queen that you are.
The days of treating men like human debit cards? Over.
All right, y'all. So serious question, right? Why is it that the new generation of men want to be pursued? Like they want women to chase after them in order for them to feel like a woman is worthy of them chasing her or pursuing her or going out their way to make her feel special. Like, when was it a thing for a man to automatically feel like he's the prize? Like, is it a money thing? Is it like, I don't like that. Like, y'all very sassy. Like, y'all want to be women so bad. And I'm not bashing all men. All men don't act like that. So don't come in my comments trying to talk crazy. But I just really want to know, like, this has been on my mind so heavy lately. Like, men really want you to pursue them and to do the utmost to prove that you really want to mess with them or you really want to, you interested or what. Ew, where's your balls, sweetie?
For decades, they mocked men for not providing enough. Now, they're crying because men stopped providing at all.
No one is talking about how if you live in this economy, this day and age, and you are single and you pay all your bills yourself, don't have no help, you a badass. Because, baby, the price tag is high over here.
Women said they were strong and independent until the bills started showing up.
I really didn't realize that one of the most expensive decisions of my life would actually be staying single. Being single is excruciatingly expensive in this world, like straight up monetarily. No one to split rent with, no one to split groceries with, no one who has your back when maybe you need a little support and can't pay your bills one month. No one buying you little treats and gifts that you wish you could get for yourself. No one splitting the cost of hotel rooms when you travel. Never getting +1s to anyone's weddings or events and having to pay for everything completely by yourself, including the gift. Not getting married means paying more taxes. Never having anyone to help with a down payment and a home. No one to sign as guarantor in case you need it. I think it's actually one of the most effed up parts of society because as more and more people either choose to stay single or stay single because the quality of partners in this world are so terrible, life continues to get more and more and more expensive. And that is a consequence of singlehood that I don't think a lot of us really expected.
It turns out independence is fun until rent, groceries, gas, and life hit at the same time.
I need to make a video response to this one. I never said or implied that men are ATMs. I said when someone is trying to pursue you, they're gonna do everything to get you. They're gonna apply that pressure. I also said that if the person likes you, they're gonna do either or, of taking you on dates or sending you money or both.
Men used to pay because they got loyalty in return. Today, all they get is entitlement and attitude. Men are not walking ATMs.
A lot of women today act like escorts. If a man has to pay you for your time in order to go out with you, you're an escort, okay? Because us regular girls are not charging men money to take us out on a date.
They're walking away. These women aren't looking for partners. They're looking for sponsors. And men are finally saying the magic word, no.
A man is not responsible to pay your bills during the dating phase. Like, y'all be letting social media get to y'all head. Y'all over there talking about, so a man can't text me what I'm doing and my rent is $3,000. Why is your rent $3,000? Why did you accumulate all that? Okay, that wasn't his fault when you decided to stay there. Okay, I don't feel like y'all want a man for real. Just say you want to sponsor. Just say you want to be a prostitute. Just say you want to sleep with a man for some money. Just say that. Just say I want to be an escort. Say that, cause real love ain't what I'm getting from this. That's not what I'm giving. That's not what it's given. Cause it's usually give and take when it comes to relationships. So I don't know. I don't know about y'all, but I love my man, and I spoil him just as much as he spoiled me.
Dating used to be about building together. Now it's about seeing how much she can extract before she leaves.
Hey, Beto, I just came across this post on Facebook. It's about men, about justice for men. Men are not ATMs. We are fighting against serious things. We are fighting against GBV. We are fighting against rape. Then there's a joke about justice for men. They're even turning profile pictures double green. Like, are you guys insane? I'm not a badly, Beto. I don't think I'm a badly. I don't think I'm a badly. This is a clear indication that I'm a badly. Because what do you mean you see a competition? What do you mean by you see a competition when I guess? What the fuck?
Hypergamy worked when women offered something back. Now they offer bare minimum, but expect premium treatment.
Men have the right to walk around shirtless anywhere. It's only fair, in my opinion, if women are allowed to do that too.
I think I speak for every man on the planet when I say we 100% agree with that. We're all for that, bro. Count us in, but we're all for that, bro. I would like to stamp in my vote right now. Bro. I'm all for that, bro.
Bills are due. Rent is rising. Groceries cost double. And suddenly, where are all the good men? The good men didn't disappear. They got tired of being exploited.
I am tired of the amount of gaslighting us single people have to go through. Because let's be honest, a lot of the things that our friends in relationships can get for free, we have to pay for. And there's no amount of self-love or therapy that can kind of circumvent the frustration that being single is very expensive. Because if, an example, I am sick, I don't have anyone who can cook for me. My friend can ask her boyfriend to cook for her. I have to DoorDash something. If I need help moving something in my house, I need to go find someone and pay that person to come over and move it. Well, my friend can just ask her partner. And all those things just add up. If you lose your job, you have someone who can help you with rent. If you are having like financial trouble or health trouble, you now need to like disclose that to your family or friends, which might be embarrassing, or you can tell your one husband or your wife to help you through that. It is so frustrating to have to go through so many things alone and make these really big decisions, hard decisions completely by myself. I have my friends, I have my family, I love them, I can lean on them, but maybe I don't want to tell them all about my finances. Maybe I don't want to have to over-explain my entire health condition to them. Maybe I just need someone to help me with a real quick task that I don't want to have to pay someone or wait for someone to drive across town to come help me. And it is so frustrating because we're told that, being single is great. And it's really great when compared to an unhealthy relationship. But being single is not always better than having a healthy relationship. Don't get me wrong, I am not going to go hop into a relationship with a man just so I can have someone. But I do think we need to be honest that being single, while it can be really great, is also very impractical sometimes.
When a man says he won't pay for a stranger's lifestyle, he's cheap. But when a woman refuses to date a man without a six-figure income, she's empowered.
Fellas, if you are scared to talk, I will talk on your behalf. It is sad that most men allow themselves to be used as human ATMs by women. Ladies, stop treating men like your ATM machine. Men are real spiritual beings. They are not your walking ATMs.
That double standard has finally collapsed. Women are panicking because the economy is exposing their delusions.
And what I couldn't realize is that these niggas is just gay. They don't want to take you on dates. They don't want to do no gestures. They don't want to spend no money on you. But, hold on. But as soon as it comes to their homeboys want to do something, they so ready. Then they think when they do something slight for you, it's tricking. That is bare minimum. Get out my face with that, for real. And if you know you ain't got no money to be spending, or you don't want to spend no money on nobody, don't be trying to date around and talk to no female if you broke.
And the panhandling in the dating market continues, and you see hundreds, if not thousands, of videos like this where women are complaining about men being broke. This is their way of shaming men or a man because that man not want to spend money on them, and they're feeling rejected, so they feel the need to shame. Like in this video, she calls men gay because they don't want to spend money on her. But I have a question. How are you finding out that men don't want to spend money on you specifically? How are you finding out? Because the only dynamic I could imagine where you get a clear understanding is you must be requesting money. You must be requesting money. Can you get my nails done? Can you get this done? Can you give me some of that? You know what I mean? You must be requesting money, and that would be a complete turnoff. You're meeting a man after talking to him for a couple of weeks, maybe a month, and then you start asking him for money to pay bills, to pay this. Of course the man would be like, hell no, and not want to spend money on you, because when it becomes an obligation or even a demand almost in this scenario, then it's a complete no. So maybe you are confusing broke with they just don't want to spend money on you. I think that's what you're confusing broke, especially if you're a woman who's encountering guy after guy that doesn't want to spend money, and now you thinking it's all men. No. It's just the men, once they know who you are and engage in conversation with you, they figure out, oh, no, I'm not spending any money on this person. So I don't think the problem is being broke for men. The problem is you.
Being single is only empowering when someone else is funding the freedom. Now, they're learning that financial independence is brutally expensive.
Where the niggas at who paying bills? Because I'm not doing this shit no more. Like, I'm done. I'm so fucking done. Now I see why these women out here, like, living good. What a nigga paying their bills? Like, where are they? Because I'm not doing this no more. Like, the car insurance going up. I'm paying rent. I gotta buy food. I gotta take care of everything. I'm not doing this anymore. Now I see why people stay in relationships and they're miserable. At least the bills paid. I'm not doing this no more. Where the niggas who spend money, who pay all the bills? Where they at?
Winter has arrived for so many women, and this is why you see an uptick in dating content and women talking about how the dating pool has piss in it, because they're in an economic bind. The economy is getting worse for so many women, and the bills still keep coming in, and they're just like, man, I need a man, I need some help. But you notice they're not saying I need a man for anything that a man would want, like in a woman, or in other words, for anything that a man would provide that he would enjoy. They are desperate for men because they need economic help. But what's so funny is that what makes women think like this? What makes them think that all a man is doing is waiting to be the helper, waiting to be Captain Save-A, you know what I mean, Captain Save-A 304, or Captain Save-A Woman. It doesn't have to be a 304. Why do you think men are just waiting around to come save a woman? And how are you going to get in relationship with a man? That's going to determine if a man is going to be helping you or not, isn't it? So it seems to me that instead of women coming on here panhandling and complaining, why don't you make yourself a more desirable woman so that a man picks you and then he will help you?
The modern boss babe lifestyle looks good on Instagram, disastrous in reality.
There are not a lot of men in this generation that serve women. And I emphasize on the serve because I've dated so many men and also have spoken to a lot of men that are very much not into serving women. It's always, well, what do you bring to the table? Well, what do you have for me? Well, I got you this the other day, now you owe me. It's always that. And it's very sad because only a small percentage of men were raised properly where a woman does what she does, a man does what he does, and y'all come together as a team.
Women want such an unfair deal, and I should say modern women want such an unfair deal. She seems so sad how men don't service women anymore. And what you have to ask yourself is, why aren't men serving women like they used to if women are still the same? That's because women are not the same. It's like men of the past were willing to do so much because the women of the past were so much not like women today. They didn't come with the attitudes. They were more cooperative. They were more fit. They listened more. They followed leadership more. They stayed in their lane more. They were more feminine. They dressed more feminine. They were more modest in the way that they spoke, and they represented men a lot better. Do you think men are supposed to be serving women and then she's out there making them look like a fool out here in a bonnet and blue hair? No, that's not how it works. And you hear what she says. A man servicing her and him expecting reciprocity, that is somehow looked at as bad. That's called equality. That's called the thing that you women have fought for, and now you want equality in every area except romance. That would be an unfair, unbalanced deal for the men. So men are saying, no. Where's the reciprocity? I did that for you. And the reason he has to even do that, the reason a man would even have to bring up, hey, I did that for you, what's up for me, is because you haven't been giving him reciprocity. That's the reason why a man would have to bring that up. But it's weird how she describes this as a team. And you notice she said a woman does this and a man does that. Doesn't describe how it's a lopsided deal. It is supposed to be, that's just how women are supposed to be. And what they keep leaving out of this analysis is that the reason a lot of women of the past were treated that particular way was because of the critique you have of the patriarch, that they couldn't work. Now you work. That means stuff is different now, doesn't it?
Men aren't ashamed to live realistically. Women are ashamed they can't.
Let me tell y'all why it's so hard for me to date. It is so hard for me to date because I can literally do so much for myself. Like, I'm so independent, y'all. I can take care of myself. I could buy myself whatever I want. I can go buy a new car if I wanted to, bitch. I can do so much for myself, okay? When a man come into my life and think he not finna do shit for me, that's where it goes wrong every single time. Because why would you think I'm finna settle for the bare minimum? And I don't even give the bare minimum to myself. Bitch, I buy myself flowers. I spoil myself. I buy my own clothes, shoes, food, everything. Bitch, why would you think you're gonna come into my life and give me the bare minimum and think I'm supposed to accept that? See, the problem is some of these men, they would hate to see a woman on top. They would hate to see a woman flourishing and getting more. Like, they don't like the fact that a woman could get more than what they could do for themselves. Like, baby, I don't need a man to take care of me. He never gave bum. I'm not a bum, baby. I take care of myself. But if you're in my life and I'm laying in the bed with you, you're gonna take care of me. You're gonna do what you gotta do. I'm not finna sit there and lay down with somebody who wouldn't even pay my fucking bills. And that's just me keeping it real. Why? Because I could pay my own bills. I can come out of pocket for my own bills. Never needed a man, but if I'm with a man, baby, yeah.
You can't shame a man back into being your provider. Men are choosing peace, savings, and freedom over being used.
Okay, this is your reminder that men don't love you for the things that you do for them. Men love you for the person that you are and for the value that you bring to his life by being kind, compassionate, caring, nurturing, and just being there and brightening up his world. So stop doing so much, relax. He's not with you because he wants you to do his chores and cook and clean. And if he is, then girl, get out of there. He can go find a cleaner, he can go find a chef.
Why would he commit to someone who brings debt, attitude, and expectations.
Listen, I date men that are worth over $50 million, which means that if you think asking for a black car being sent to you by just a regular person is like not achievable, you need to raise your standards. I ask them sometimes on the first date, but definitely by the second date, to give me a gift. Now, I'm not going to tell them what to gift me because I want to see how generous they are, but they are not allowed to get me flowers because I already get myself flowers every week. Like, I don't need flowers, please.
Oh, who's gonna tell her? Look, if this is your idea of dating standards, I guess that's fine. But if you want standards that a wife should have for her future husband, you should probably talk about things other than money. You should probably consider how he treats you and how he speaks to you, how he thinks, what do you have in common, what are his interests? Is this somebody that you could be friends with, that you would want to hang out with? Does he make you feel like you're the most beautiful woman in the room? Does he give you all of his attention? Do you almost effortlessly want to reciprocate that? That is what women need to hear. That is what men want. That is what men that want to be husbands want. That is what wives should want to be. And I can say that now. I'm a wife.
She wants a man to pay her bills, but also accept she owes him nothing. That contract is expired. Women keep saying, men can't handle a strong woman. No, men just don't want to handle an expensive woman.
This is the reason men have to pay the bills. Like, being a provider is the least they can do. Because the amount of things that women go through that men do not go through is quite literally unfair. That's the only way to balance it. Number one, the period cycle. This is a monthly evolution of ever-changing hormones that we cannot control. Sometimes we have too little. Sometimes we have too much. Progesterone, estrogen, we just can't control that. Cortisol, up and down. It is radical, all while we're expected to manage those emotions and be productive members of society. And then the period that so graciously shows up every month. And don't get me wrong, for those of us that don't want kids, we are so ever so thankful that it shows up. But that does not negate the fact that sometimes it's brutal. Chunks of blood, staining of the chonies, staining of the pajamas, bloating and fatigue, extreme discomfort, and some women even have crippling, debilitating cramps. That's just the tip of the iceberg. Then there's carrying a child, and that's changing your entire chemical makeup, because once you form a baby with somebody, then you have their genes or whatever inside of you for like a prolonged period of time. Now y'all forever connected, forever changing who you are. Then you carry this whole ass human inside of you. Sometimes it's not very nice to you. It makes you sick, lose sleep, has you eating crazy things, and looking like the Pillsbury Doughboy. Something that your body never really recovers from. Then it comes out and we're left with the aftermath of what's left. So then we breastfeed the kid, give it life, and literally end up with raisin titties and raisin skin, and there's nothing we can do about it. And it's beautiful. It's beautiful. But in that time period, what do the men go through? What in life changes for them? And then let's say things don't work out with the father, right? Why is it that the mom is automatically expected and seen as the one person who takes on the entire responsibility of the child?
For the first time in decades, women are being held accountable by reality itself. You wanted equality? Congratulations. You got the bills too. You wanted independence? Good, because men aren't funding you anymore.
Like the default parent. But the dad could disappear, do whatever, see the kid every other weekend, and then everything is left to the mom. And even if that's not the case, even if they're still together and the mom goes back to work, because if you're like in a state like California, more than likely both people have to work to make a decent income to be able to live, she's still the default parent. She's still the doctor appointment parent, the school parent, the drop-off parent, the childcare parent, the one that wakes up in the middle of the night with the child. Like, what do? Snore. And women are damned if they do, damned if they don't. If she's a stay-at-home mom, people are quick to look at her and be like, oh, that's all you do. Do you know how hard it is to sit at home and your only interaction be with a child all day? It drives you literally insane. Yes, it's a blessing, but is it more exhausting than having a job? 1000%. You could not pay me to stay home and be a stay-at-home mom. Women who are basically forced into that role because obviously she's the mom, so she becomes that default parent, and sometimes it wasn't something that she actually wanted, but she may be forced into that because of finances. Childcare may be too expensive, they're spending too much on diapers, formula, and etc. So now she's given up everything that she once dreamt of being, her vision for her life, to be able to raise this child so that
their home can be okay because it's just too expensive to do anything otherwise. So basically the woman sacrifices her dreams. And she wasn't just made, like, not all women are just made to just be moms. Some people are made for more. They have more purpose than just that. You know what I mean? And then on the flip side, there's women who are super independent, who are super girl bosses, who do the damn thing every single day, but then they get judged and side-eyed because then it's like, oh, your career, and what about your family? Or you're not being in your feminine role. And it's like, no matter what, women don't win. And this rant is going to make a whole lot more sense to you guys right now because I literally just got my period today. So yes, I'm on a rant because it's just not fair. This is why men need to pay the bills and just not ask any questions and just be providers, because this is just too much. This is just too much. I literally, here's my chocolate, okay?
Women thought men would never stop providing. Men thought women would never stop respecting them. Both were wrong. As money gets tighter, their standards get higher, and their options get smaller. You can't demand traditional benefits while offering modern selfishness.
This generation is definitely unrealistic as fuck. Everybody wants them a nigga that can take care of the bills, that can buy them Chanel bags, that can buy them the latest damn car. But when you flip the damn mirror and you look at yourself, what do y'all be having going on? What can y'all bring to the table at least? Okay, cool. Everybody want them a nigga to provide. I know I do. But some of y'all don't even have a driver's license to y'all name. Some of y'all don't even have a high school diploma to y'all name. Some of y'all don't even have a brain in y'all heads. Y'all don't know how to cook. Y'all don't even know how to properly wipe y'all butt. So I know y'all don't know how to properly wipe up y'all house. Y'all just ready to take. What can y'all give? I'm not saying if he pay the rent this month, you got to pay the rent next month. No, but what I'm saying is if he's paying your rent, at least feed the man. If he's willing to buy you these large purchases, at least let the man come home to a clean house. Every once in a while, at least buy the man a pair of shoes. If he could pay $300 plus on your wig, plus $100 something on your install, at least you could do is give him a little $50 haircut, something. I never understood that. I'm proud to say my man paid the rent every single month. Sometimes he paid the electric bill. Sometimes I'll pay if I'm feeling generous. It never exceeds $200. I never mind paying the Wi-Fi bill. The Wi-Fi only $30. But I watch the way he really busts his ass. So I never mind making sure it's food on the table. Breakfast, lunch, dinner. Even if he want a good snack. My hair be expensive. I never mind walking into the store, getting him a little $90 outfit. I never mind doing it. It's a difference between wanting a provider and y'all just being straight up fucking leeches.
Men are rejecting the provider or worthless narrative completely. Women aren't going broke because men changed. They're going broke because the free ride is over.
And that wraps up today's episode of Manosphere Daily. If you enjoyed the content, give it a like. Be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you're notified as soon as a new video is out. Share your thoughts in the comments below. See you all tomorrow.